I'm going to show you exactly what you need to stop doing and start doing on PrizePicks if you actually want to make money. If this is how you're scrolling the board, you're already putting yourself at a disadvantage. Oh, let's see here. Oh, popular tab. All right, let's check the last 5. Oh, Anthony Edwards, 4 out of the last 5. Dang, and he only missed by 2 on this one. Yeah, we're going to lock that in. That's definitely going to be going over. He's gone over in the 4 of the last 5. Oh, Luka Doncic. Oh. Yeah, they got to close him out, of course. Luka Doncic is going to go over 3.5 3-pointers made. Of course. I know. Let's see. Jaden. Okay, let's check out Rudy Gobert. He is not getting 11 rebounds. He hasn't done it at all in this series. Of course he's not. Oh, 3. Yeah, I got my 3 favorite picks. Boom. Place the entry. You're already at a loss. Stop doing that. I'm going to tell you why. And this really goes for all sports, guys. If you're coming here to MLB and you're looking at Julio Rodriguez last 5, boom, greened out. So you're going to be taking his over just because he's greened out in the last 5. You're doing it all wrong. You got to understand, guys. Their matchups and everything is completely different day in and day out. Could be a different lineup. He could be batting behind somebody different, batting in front of somebody different. The weather could take into account for this game compared to the other games. The starting pitcher that he's going up against is not the same as what he has been going up against the last 5 games. There are so many different variables in this that make the last 5 not even worth looking at. And if you're watching this thinking about the NBA and how Anthony Edwards has done this in 3 of the 4 games against Dallas, same matchup, not necessarily. There's different injuries, there's different rotations, there's things that these coaches are adjusting within the games of these series. Not every game is going to be the same. It's important to realize that, guys. But the people that have the best read or best knowledge on this, right, is the sportsbooks. Can we all agree on that, right? The sportsbooks are really, really good at setting lines, and they set these lines for a reason. They set these odds for a reason. Let's go over it. First things first, if you think you're smarter than the sportsbooks, you need to drop the ego, because I can promise you, you are not. You are not smarter than their multi-million-dollar algorithms and models. You do not have that type of resource in your brain, I promise. So please drop the ego. You're not smarter than the sportsbooks. We need to listen to the sportsbooks and use the market to our advantage. By the market, I mean the sportsbooks. Got it? Good. You're not smarter than the sportsbooks. All right. Now I can show you how to use the sportsbooks to your advantage to find really good plays on PrizePicks. Let's look at these 2 plays that I had played earlier that were showing up as great plays on Daily Grind Fantasy. What Daily Grind Fantasy does is compare sportsbooks lines and odds directly back to PrizePicks to show you the best possible value on the board by using those sports books and just line comparing to the market, right? So Akshay Bhatia is listed on PrizePicks at 69 strokes, right? But on DraftKings and FanDuel, they have this listed at 69.5. So 0.5 higher than what PrizePicks has it. And they are favoring the over at -140 and -145 odds. So if you guys don't know, higher the minus number, the more likely that outcome is given by the sports books, right? So by taking into consideration what these sports books, FanDuel and DraftKings, have these odds at for the over and the under of strokes for Akshay Bhatia at 69.5, Daily Grind Fantasy on the back end calculates what the sports book is giving the true chance to hit, the true fair odds percentage to hit, and then it is calculated here. So they are giving us a 56.99% chance to hit for Akshay Bhatia, right? So a really, really good play on PrizePicks, getting it 0.5 lower. And if you guys don't know, you are getting this at -119 odds and 5 and 6 man flexes. So getting it at -119, so about 20 points, 20 odds off from the sports books, and 0.5 lower. A no-brainer play on PrizePicks. All right, now let's look at Ahmed Rosario. We can see here that the under of 1.5 total bases is what's being shown here on Daily Grind Fantasy, with a true fair odds percentage of 56.3% when we remove the juice from the sportsbooks. And by the juice, we mean what the sportsbooks are making just by us placing this bet. So that's how we find the true fair odds percentage here at Daily Grind Fantasy. But we have multiple more data points. We have 6 sports books to trust here instead of just 2, which usually means we can be a little bit more confident in this play and that these sports books are really in line and trusting that they are correct on this projection, that Ahmed Rosario is heavily favored to go under in a good play on PrizePicks, getting it at -119 instead of the average odds of -154 that all of these 6 different sports books are agreeing that this should be. I can assure you the sports books are not just blindly picking what odds go on what plays. So you can believe me when I say that these sports books models are taking everything you think you know and can look up and research they're taking that all into consideration with these odds and lines that they are setting for these plays. So it's not like we're totally ignoring the last 5, the last 10, the pitcher matchup, how this person does against right-handed pitchers, etc. It's all being calculated. Everything you think you know and more, guys. I promise you, into these sportsbook models, it's the smartest models and algorithms there are. Way smarter than your brain and what you can look up. In just a second, I'm going to show you guys the math and why 5 and 6 man flexes are by far the most profitable slips playing PrizePicks. But I want you to understand how just playing odds like this really is profitable over the long term. Let's just take a look at this, right? Let's say we were placing a straight bet at -119, which is what we are getting these odds at on PrizePicks for all of these in a 5 and 6 man flex for these plays that we're looking for, right? $100 on a -119 straight bet would profit you $84, right? Now let's just say we were seeing a play that we're playing on PrizePicks at -180 on the sportsbooks, which is why we decided to take it on PrizePicks instead of the sportsbooks, right? The sportsbooks are telling us it's heavily favored and they're giving it X percentage chance to hit. PrizePicks is pricing at -119 because they're not changing your payout for taking the over or the under. So we take it on PrizePicks at the best number, right? If we were to take it at -180 on the sportsbooks, we would only have a total profit of $55. So almost $30 in value are we getting for just placing this on PrizePicks as opposed to the sportsbooks. And the goal here is to find 5 or 6 plays that you can put into a 5 or 6 man flex on PrizePicks that have a true fair odds percentage or odds percent to hit above 54.26%. As you guys can see here, this is the breakdown of the math and how it proves that you will be profitable if you follow this strategy. And guys, look, you need to be right on your individual legs. This is what this is showing. 54.3+% of the time if you want to be profitable on PrizePicks playing 5 and 6 man flexes. And the math is just showing it, right? To go 5 of 5, you're only going to do that right around 5% of the time, right? It's not very often. You have to realize there's going to be plenty of losses with playing 5 and 6 man flexes, but over the long term, the net profit, your ROI over the long term playing these 5 and 6 man flexes are far greater than your 2-mans and your 3-man slips on PrizePicks. I promise you it works. I went up 286.7 units last year in 2023, basically exclusively playing 5 and 6 man flexes on PrizePicks. I play some other apps as well, but do the same strategy for those apps as I do PrizePicks. There might be some different tweaks and some different math and slip types that you have to learn, but this is a long-term profitable strategy using plus EV betting, finding plays, trusting the market via the sports books, and finding the best value on these DFS apps that don't change your payout for taking the over or the under. And don't get me wrong, there's a few things that I haven't mentioned in this video that you can look up right here on this channel, actually, talking about bankroll management and how that works. But basically, you really don't want to go crazy. Don't be putting a $200 slip out there when you only have $500 in your account, right? This is a long-term game. I told you, you're only going to win 5-ish% of the time, and you're going to be profitable that way, right? But you need to be able to withstand losses. I mentioned here, there's going to be 5, 6, 7-day losing streaks in a row sometimes. If you have the proper bankroll management, you can get past that. But just stick to the process. I really believe that this is a super profitable strategy, and I am living proof for it. So I want you guys to really try your best to stick to the process and give this a fair chance if you choose to do it. But what did we learn? We learned to not trust our gut, to not just look at the last 5 to make our plays, but to realize that the sports books have all of that taken into consideration when setting these lines and odds, and to use Daily Grind Fantasy to quickly compare these lines and odds from the sports books back to PrizePicks to find the best value, right? We also learned about the math on PrizePicks, realizing that we need to hit above 54.3+% of our individual legs in each, on each slip to be profitable over the long term playing those 5 and 6 man flexes. And if you do that, guys, you will be profitable. And I appreciate you watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys subscribe, like this video, go check out some other videos on our channel of more betting content for PrizePicks and other stuff. See you later.